everyone. In this video, I will be discussing about Beckmann rearrangement, which is an important rearrangement in aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so here oxins of carbonyl compounds. If you are taking aldehyde and hydroxylamine, you will be getting aldoxine. And if you are taking aldehyde and ketone and hydroxylamine, you will be getting ketoxin. So aldoxins and ketoxins, when they are treated with acidic reagents like concentrated H2SO4, or it could be PCl5 or tosyl chloride. Tosyl chloride is nothing but para-toluene sulfonyl chloride. There will be a rearrangement happening. So if you are seeing over here, this alkyl group, one of the alkyl groups is shifted to nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen. So basically, if you are seeing, you are getting an amide, CONH, right? RCONH, amide group. And if you are seeing over here, since one alkyl group is migrating, you are getting N-substituted amides. Okay. So what is Beckmann rearrangement means? In presence of acidic reagents, the oxins of aldehydes and ketones will give N-substituted amides. So that is Beckmann rearrangement. So we have discussed in earlier how this oxins are formed. So if you are treating with NH2OH, right, condensation reaction with nitrogen nucleophile, we have seen, I have prepared a video about it, and here you will be getting RC double bond N OH, right? If you are having aldehyde, if you are taking aldehyde RCOH, here also with hydroxylamine, you will be getting condensation reaction, and that case you will be having NOH. This is aldoxine. This is called aldoxine. Since it is prepared from aldehyde, this is known as ketoxine. Okay, so this is how oxins are prepared. So oxins will be rearranged to N-substituted amides. So I will show you an example of it. Here I have taken benzophenone. If you are condensing benzophenone with hydroxylamine, you will be getting corresponding ketoxin. This is benzophenone oxide. Now when this is subjected to concentrated H2SO4 acidic condition, you will be getting benzanilide. How this is formed? PH, C double bond O, NH, PH. So this is called benzanilide. Benzanilide. This is benzophenone oxide. Benzophenone oxide. So this is a benzophenone oxide. So in the substituted amides, if you are seeing, as I shown earlier, one of the groups will be migrated to N. That is why in substituted amides that we are getting. So since both the phenyl groups are alike, there is no problem of which group will be migrating or not. Okay. Suppose I am taking one with methyl group over here. So this is a simple benzene ring. This is like toluene ring, right? Now if you are subjecting this to Beckmann rearrangement, acidic conditions, now what is to be noted is that the migration will be happening, the alkyl group will be migrated, which is anti to OH group, anti to OH group. That alkyl group will be alkyl or aryl group, aryl or alkyl group, anti to OH group will be migrated. That is an important thing that you have to remember. So in this case, this group is the anti group. So this will be migrating to nitrogen. So you have to write product accordingly. So let me write the product. This is the phenyl ring, which is not undergoing migration. So here carbonyl will be generated. Here you will be getting NH. Now the other phenyl group with methyl group, which is in the para position. So this is the product that you will be getting after migration. Now if you have a structure like this, if I am drawing C double bond N, if this OH group is opposite to simple phenyl group. Okay. Now in this case, if you are subjecting this to acidic condition, tosyl chloride. Now if you are seeing, now simple phenyl group is anti to OH group. So now this will be migrated to nitrogen. So here carbonyl group will be forming. So you have to write in that manner. So here CH3. Okay. Now here C double bond O. Now like this also you can write here symbol phenyl group. Now the phenyl group is migrated to nitrogen. So the group which is handy to OH group will be migrated in Beckmann rearrangement. So let me explain the mechanism of Beckmann rearrangement. So this is the oxime that I have taken, which is derived from benzophenone. Now if you are subjecting this for acidic condition, what will happen? This lone pair will be accepting this proton, right? So you will be getting pH, C double bond N, O, hydrogen, hydrogen, and one lone pair is lost, then it will be getting positive charge. Now what will happen? This one of the pH will be migrating to nitrogen, so that water will be expelled, right? So minus H2O will be happening over here. How this is happening? This you can write both ways. One first thing, this OH2 will be eliminated, so the nitrogen gets positive charge, so this will be migrated to here. Okay, so you can write it as pH, CpH. Now this carbon is having positive charge because one phenyl group is migrated, right? Now this nitrogen, okay. Now pH over here, the nitrogen valence is same. Now this carbon is bearing positive charge. So if you are adding water into it, what will happen? The water will be adding to this positively charged. Water is acting as a nucleophile. With its lone pair, it is added to the carbon with positive charge. So for convenience, I am writing pH, C, O, H, H. Now water, it loses its one of lone pairs and getting positive charge. Now double bond N, pH. Right? This is the structure that will be getting. Now what will happen? This positive charge has to be neutralized. So the bond pair will be like this, and hydrogen will be going as H plus. So you can write it as minus H plus over here. Okay. Now what is the thing that we are getting here? R pH, C OH, right? One OH is there. Double bond N, pH. Okay. Now what is happening is, this is having keto-enol tautomerism. Okay, how this is enol, right? Enol. So this will be shifted to here. This pi bond will be shifted to nitrogen. The nitrogen will be getting negative charge. That proton which is leaving going to nitrogen. So how will you write this one? pH, C double bond O, and N will be picking up that hydrogen, then pH. So that is how you are getting benzanilide. So this is the mechanism of Beckmann rearrangement. So here I would like to show you some examples of Beckmann rearrangement. Okay, so we have seen formation of N-substituted amide. Acyclic amides we have seen. Okay, now if you are taking a cyclic ketone, cyclohexanone. Okay, now I want to show you how this expansion of ring is happening. Okay, we have seen the migration of one of the group from one of either side of the ketone. Now if you are seeing here, this is on the ring. Okay, so if you are first you have to produce the condensation product of cyclohexanone and hydroxylamine. So you will be getting double bond NOH. This is the oxime of the cyclohexanone. Now if you are treating with acid, okay, so this will be protonated, right? NOH2 plus, like this. Now this OH2 has to be eliminated. Now the from the side opposite to anti to OH will be migrating to nitrogen. So what will happen? This bond, carbon bond will be cleaved, and this will be migrating to nitrogen. So that means ring expansion is happening. In order to understand that one, I am writing here like numbering. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now this C1, C6 and C1 bond will be cleaved and C6 will be joined to nitrogen. Here I am writing 7. Okay, for that I am first writing, and after that the OH2 will be eliminated. So minus H2O. So I am drawing first 7-membered ring. This is the 7-membered ring. Now here I am putting nitrogen over it. Okay. Now this is number 7 I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 is attached to 7, right? 7 is attached to 1, like this. Now between 1 and 7 there is double bond, right? There is double bond between 1 and 7. Now what again is happening, since carbon now it breaks this bond and carbon's one valency is lost. So the C1 carbon will be having positive charge over here, right? C1 carbon. Now what you will do, you will add water into it. So water will be added to this 7-membered ring. So nitrogen, double bond, OH, H, water with positive charge. Okay, now what will happen, this proton will be going minus H plus, you will be getting nitrogen, okay, double bond OH. Now again you can have keto-enol tautomerism. This tautomer will be like this, will be shifted over here, pi bond on oxygen. So the tautomer will be first you write the 7-membered ring, nitrogen, here keto, here you are getting hydrogen. So this is called caprolactam. Caprolactam. Okay, so 6-membered ring is converted into 7-membered ring. Okay, so this is the raw material for the synthesis of nylon 6. You might have studied. So cyclic ketones will be undergoing ring expansion by Beckmann rearrangement. So this is the product that you will be getting. So the steps I hope you are understood. I will write only the product over here. So in the second example I have taken acetophenol. So one group is aliphatic and one group is aromatic. Now I am preparing hydroxylamine. Okay. So treating with hydroxylamine. So oxime will be generated in such a manner. This is our phenyl group. Okay. This is our CH3 group. So oxime will be generated in such a manner that it will be anti to the aromatic ring. Because what is happening, the migratory aptitude of alkyl group will be less compared to the aromatic ring. So you have to generate oxime in that manner. So either you can have oxime anti to CH3 or OH anti to phenyl group. So in Beckmann rearrangement, migratory aptitude of phenyl is more compared to methyl group. So you will be getting an amide with phenyl group migrated. So if you are subjecting to H plus, what will happen? This will be going and pH will be migrated over here. So I show you CH3, C double bond and pH. Here OH2 plus will be coming. Okay, now this will be shifted to this nitrogen and OH2 will be going. So the product will be, after keto-enol tautomerism, you would be getting the product as CH3, C double bond O, NH, pH. That is phenyl group migrated product that you will be getting. Okay. Third example that I am showing over here is an application of Beckmann rearrangement, which is used in the alternative industrial synthesis of paracetamol. Alternative industrial synthesis of paracetamol. For that, phenol is taken. Phenol will be acetylated at the para position using acetic anhydride. So you will be getting COCH3, which is known as acetyl group. Okay, acetyl group or para to OH group. Now if you are condensing this with phenol, here oxime will be generated. So oxime will be generated. This is the phenol group. And as I said earlier, you have to write the oxime in such a way that OH group should be anti to phenyl ring. So OH is anti to this phenyl ring. Okay. So if you are treating with this with acidic condition, what will happen? That phenol group will be migrated, and you will be getting the product in that manner. So trifluoroacetic acid I am taking. So you have to write the product in that manner where phenyl group is migrated. So CH3 C double bond O NH, that nitrogen is having OH like this. So phenol group is migrated. So this is known as paracetamol. Paracetamol. Okay. So this is an application of Beckmann rearrangement. Thank you.